FM23 is just around the corner and everyone has their take on who they think the Wonderkids are going to be in the game. Here are 5 players I think are going to be Wonderkids in this year's game. All of them just 16 years old, so they should be in the game this year as long as there's no legal issues, but they were too young last year. This year, we should hope to see them as Wonderkids in the game. First player is probably appearing on a few people's lists and is on a few people's radars. A lot of people know about him. He is, of course, Jobe Bellingham's younger brother, Jobe Bellingham. If rumours are to be believed, or the Birmingham City fan forums, he is better than his brother Jobe Bellingham. And Jobe Bellingham is already doing really well at Borussia Dortmund, exceeding all expectations there. Jobe has just turned 17, is in the Birmingham squad. He's made 7 appearances in the Championship along with some cup appearances. Yet to score or get an assist. He plays as an attacking midfielder. But I think if the expectations match those or exceed those of his brother, he will almost certainly be a Wonderkid in this year's Football Manager. The second player I think is going to be a Wonderkid in FM23 is Roger Fernandes. He plays for Braga in the Portuguese league. He's 16, he's about to turn 17. He's already made 7 appearances for Braga in the league. Only 112 minutes, but in those 112 minutes, he has got 2 goals. He plays as a left winger or a right winger. He could turn out to be a really good inside forward from the right, good dribbling skills and good finishing. I think he's going to progress really well. He turned down a move to Lego in Brazil to go to Braga. He comes from Guinea-Bissau, but I think he probably qualifies for Portugal as now as well. So if you're interested in signing him in the Portuguese national team, if you take on international management, he could be a really good one to watch in FM23. I think he'll almost certainly be a Wonderkid. Third player I think is going to be a Wonderkid in this year's game is Zaire Emery. He plays for PSG. He's already made 2 appearances for the first team. He played in the opening game this season, a 5-0 win over Clement Foot, and he's been PSG's youngest ever player, even younger than Kylian Mbappe's brother, who plays in the same position as a defensive midfielder. But he's quick, technically able, good close control, he's got good anticipation. He fits in pretty well in that defensive midfield position in a fairly attacking PSG side. And he's got some great defenders and midfielders to learn from in that team. Kimpembe, Verratti, Sergio Ramos, some of the best. I mean, obviously Messi and Mbappe, like some of the strikers in the team are incredible as well. I think he'll almost certainly also be a Wonderkid in FM23. Probably one you aren't going to be able to get because he's going to be at PSG. But if you can, keep an eye out for Zaire Emery. For the 4th player, I've gone to Germany. Again, maybe unattainable in FM23 because he plays for Bayern Munich, but Paul Wanner became their youngest ever player. They signed him at 14. He played for them at 16 last season, and he made 4 Bundesliga appearances for them last season. He's yet to feature for them this season, but you can imagine as the season goes on and Bayern Munich, as they normally do, get a considerable lead in the Bundesliga, he's going to see more and more game time. Again, in a fantastic squad which he can learn from. I think he could be a great Wonderkid in this year's game. Coming in as an attacking mid and also on the wings, he's been pretty good also for the German under-17s. 13 appearances, 4 goals. Another one that's perhaps unattainable, but one also to watch out for. My final suggestion for a player who's likely to be a Wonderkid in this year's game, Endrick, the Brazilian. He's currently at Palmeiras in Brazil. But if you go look on YouTube, I mean, this reminds me of the Neymar era about 10-15 years ago when we were just looking up YouTube clips of Neymar and just seeing him and thinking, this guy's going to come to Europe. This guy's going to have a big club move. Endrick has already been linked to £65 million plus moves to Europe, and the Man United are on his tail. Arsenal, Spurs, Chelsea have all looked at him. Newcastle, Barcelona, Real Madrid. All these teams are already scouting around, trying to get Endrick from Brazil to Europe. And he hasn't even played for the Palmeiras first team yet, but the 165 goals he scored at youth level has really set the expectations high for him. So I think he is going to be another one who's going to be marked down as a Wonderkid in FM23. So are there any new players you think are going to be Wonderkids in FM23? New players that are coming into the game, maybe 16, 17 year olds that haven't been in the game just yet. Are they ones that are going to watch out? Are any of them going to be obtainable? Well, you know, Endrick might be at Palmeiras in Brazil, but 65 million is still a lot. Players at PSG, at Bayern Munich, they're not going to be obtainable. So is there any Wonderkids at clubs you think we might be able to buy on the cheap? You know, Benjamin Sesko this year or Lorenzo Luca? Let me know in the comments down below. If you want to see more videos about FM23, including Wonderkid videos, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe down below. Otherwise, why not go check out this video here on how to get FM23 for free? I know it sounds crazy, but it's possible in the right circumstances. Go check it out. Maybe you don't have to pay for the game this year.